Hi, I'm Bob Hasegawa, your state senator for the 11th Legislative District, and I'm here with another quick update on what's going on here in Olympia. So we are just past the midway point in session, and as you know, the budget is the big deal right now. In fact, we'll be dealing with the budget on the Senate floor later today. So in the Ways and Means Committee, which is responsible for all the fiscal activity of the state, we considered the Senate Republicans' budget bill last night, and we worked until about 4 o'clock this morning. So if I look a little groggy, that's why, but I thought it was important to get this news and information to you. So in dealing with the budget, I wanted to show you what the budget actually looks like. So this is Senate Bill 5048. And this is one bill, and it is the budget for the state. So we looked through the budget and tried to offer amendments where we thought we could improve the budget, at least from my perspective. So the Senate Democratic Caucus, I'm a member of the Senate Democratic Caucus, so we combined our efforts and looked to see which amendments we might want to offer to improve the bill. A few of our amendments were accepted, but as expected, by and large, because our philosophy of governing is different from the majority Republicans, most of our amendments were not accepted. But this is the packet of the amendments that we dealt with last night. It includes many Democratic amendments, but also many Republican amendments in order, from their perspective, to try and perfect the bill before it actually gets to the Senate floor for floor action today. So there were 72 amendments total, just on trying to look at things like the one amendment that I actually had accepted was to increase funding for what we call the New Americans program. That is a great program where we support the community in trying to get eligible residents into U.S. citizenship, which actually saves the state money, because once a resident becomes a U.S. citizen, they qualify for federal benefits, which relieves a lot of the necessary supports that the state would have to otherwise pay for new Americans. So it's a budget saving strategy, and we want people to become citizens and good participants in our electorate, if possible. So I'm glad that that amendment was accepted. We have a lot of other things that were also dealt with last night beyond just the budget bill. We considered bills that had to do with everything from concerning behavioral health system reform to making expenditures from the budget stabilization account in order to balance the budget. I am concerned with the latter there, the rainy day fund, as we call it, is supposed to be there for a rainy day, and to use it to balance the budget I don't think is the right use of that money. In fact, I think a better use of that would probably be to capitalize our own publicly owned state bank, which I've talked about in the past before. And in that regard, we just had a bill considered earlier this week in Ways and Means, which tries to deal with the backlog of maintenance in the state park system. That's a good thing, right? We want to make sure that our parks are well maintained. It was a $500 million bill, but their source for financing that maintenance and operations bill was to sell bonds. So, if $500 million in bonds roughly translates out to a total of $825 million in payments over the next 25 years. I don't think that's the right strategy for financing. Even though it's a necessary need, we're just donating profits to Wall Street. A much better strategy would have been to, if we're going to sell bonds anyway, to capitalize the bank with it and then to borrow from ourselves, so that when we repay the interest to ourselves, we would be building our internal capacity to finance future projects and not have to rely on Wall Street. That idea didn't go over very well. The bill passed anyway, and we shall see if it gets through the legislature to the governor's desk, but that will tie up a lot of our capital budget this coming year if $500 million of roughly a $2 billion capital budget is tied up in that service there. So at any rate, thank you for watching. I'm sorry I went long, a little rummy. We were on the floor for a long time. There will be a lot going on today, though, and I hope to report back to you very soon about how we're moving forward to try and get a budget done that is fair and just, make sure that the state takes care of all of its basic human needs for all of its residents, but also fully funds McCleary. That's our goal. So until then, I'm Bob Hasegawa, your state senator for the 11th District, and thanks for watching.